The people who live nearby joke that this is where electric vehicles go to die. Hundreds of plug-in cars lie abandoned on the outskirts of Hangzhou. Many are around 10 years old, previously owned by companies that didn't survive in China's fiercely competitive automotive industry.
A good portion of them have been abandoned because there have been companies that have just failed, and these are kind of the leftovers.
Leftovers that have created an embarrassing eyesore for local authorities. This illustrates the kind of waste that's produced when supply far outstrips demand. In 2009, the Chinese government adopted a plan to become a world leader in electric vehicles, rolling out generous subsidies worth up to $9,000 per car. But back then, most people were reluctant to switch from petrol-powered cars, so instead, ride-hailing companies snapped them up. In 2019, the government started slashing those subsidies, and hundreds of companies went bust. That's when these so-called graveyards began to grow. Since then, automakers have released more advanced models with superior driving range, leaving the earlier inferior models unwanted. But some say it points to the extraordinary progress made by the sector.
The Chinese market led the world for the last few years, and it's only distancing itself via the number of brands in China and the level of competition. It's really sharpened the swords of a lot of these Chinese EV companies or electric vehicle companies.
About a third of all new domestic car sales are electric, and 60% of the world's battery-powered cars are sold in China. But sputtering economic growth here this year has hurt sales. It's pushed Chinese brands such as BYD and NIO to expand in Europe and the Middle East, with hopes that their cars will avoid the same fate as these. Katrina, Al Jazeera, Hangzhou.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.